Greetings, fellow Cameroonians across the globe. Welcome to the People's Platform. This is Capo Daniel, chairman of PRAP. Today, we want to review the statement put out by Joshua Osih, the chairman of the SDF, about his comments on the proposition by Maurice Kamto that they should consider putting Issa, Tchiroma and Buba to lead a coalition of all the political parties together. Joshua Osih have articulated his position, rejecting it, and outlining his political manifesto, which we are going to put before you. So for my country people, they want to hear me for ground. Joshua Osih, he don't react because Maurice Kamto, he don't propose me, Issa, Tchiroma, and Belo Buba Bakari, me then lead the coalition for leader them for challenge Paul Biya. Joshua Osih don't reject them. I want for can't tell na wait away. He talk. So we will go straight for inside the story for Belo for Joshua Osih. So this decision where Joshua Osih that make him, it don't reveal the challenges and way he did for Cameroon for any change to happen. All man want for change for Cameroon. We all know say Paul Biya and the regime is not popular. People want change. People are yearning for change. I meet francophones, anglophone every day. People want to see change. But they are being let down by the leaders that people support with the hope that they will change Cameroon. So Joshua Osih have declared that he is not willing to form any coalition with any former members of the government. He doesn't want to form any coalition with any former member of the government. Forgetting to know that Maurice Kamto is a former member of the government. So, by rejecting this proposal that Issa, Tchiroma and Belo Buba Margari should lead a coalition against Paul Biya in this presidential campaign, Joshua Osih have finally joined the list of those who have handed victory to Paul Biya. Joshua Osih said that his main reason is that he will never work with anybody who was part of the people who provoked or started this anglophone crisis. That is his reason. But that, I just think, is an excuse. So he is saying that he is too righteous. It is on moral ground that he is basing his decision that he is too righteous than Issa, Tchiroma, basically. As if a purity test is what is going to change this brutal regime with people like Ferdinand Gongo, Paul Atangi. You come there with this righteousness, this gentlemanism, it is not going to change. We need people and hustlers like Issa, Tchiroma to shake down the regime and put an end to the Cameroonian suffering. So Joshua Osih is now acting like those Christians who were rejecting Paul on the basis that he was formerly persecuting Christians. But once he has changed into Saul, we have to accept him. He went ahead to write the whole New Testament. So, especially we are living in a war where in the international community, democracy is no longer a priority to be pushed in Africa. There is less and less push for democracy, especially in the wake of the Ukrainian-Russia war. The international war system is being refurbished and people are not keen to push for democracy in Africa. So the rule-based system that we have known over the 90s where they used to call for democracy in Africa, that era is almost gone. So this is not the time for moral high grandstanding. It's not. It's a time for people to come together and see how they can make meaningful challenge to the regime. Even though we doubt if any change is possible through the electoral system, but there should be a challenge to it. So refusing to unite against a dictatorship because you want to keep your hands clean is actually handing Paul Biya's victory. So this is what we have seen. They are handing Paul Biya victory in a platter of gold. So we want our people to know. I'm going to go into the deep content of Joshua Osih's statement because he did not just give this decision. He put out his political manifesto. So you are putting out your political manifesto few days before elections are coming up. How is that going to make any meaningful change? How many people are even going to read it or even remember what is inside? So I want to go in the details of what Joshua Osih said and the 7 points. He called it 7 axes to use in this election against Paul Biya. I want to highlight those things so that everybody will see it and understand. So for my country people, then I want to go down for talk on a detailing wait to wait Joshua Osih then talk him, he call and say now they axes them. But he did talk that talk now after he then firmly rejects say he no go work out with any man way don't work for poor Biya government. Will he talk say how you go talk say you no work out any man way don't work for poor Biya government. No be Maurice Kamto be the work with government before. So we feel say that decision will be wrong. Paul to be being a person where the work and persecute Christian them. Now maybe the court Christian them will collapse. But time way God be touched he had. He can stand back for the same Christian them, for lead them. And maybe lead them fine. So they write almost half of the first, for past most of the New Testament. So now the same thing for Issa Tchiroma. So I will go first. Joshua Osih, his first argument, I say, wait, he no one work with a person where he contributes for the anglophone crisis. The second point we talk and I say, he no fit work with people the way they assist Boko Haram. So Joshua Osih basically accused and said they support Boko Haram. Secondly, he talks enough work with people that they don't make and Cameroon and be poor for over work with the government will keep Cameroonians and poor. I might quote in one of the quote he say, I cannot join hands with anyone who helped create the anglophone crisis. It cannot happen. So we know the role Issa Tchiroma played in the beginning of this struggle. Nobody can lie about it. But we also know that he is a key person who have challenged the regime. So Joshua Osih put out 5 axes of his political campaign. Number 1, he says that day 1, he is going to, as a president, on day 1, he is going to declare free education from primary school as he did now till secondary school for all Cameroonians. Number 2, still for that first thing we go do for the first day, he go talk say all ID card now will be free. Then he will release all political prisoners them for day 1 for work. All political prisoners, no matter whether on Ambazonia or on Maurice Kamto, whatever. Number 2, say go enforce strict bilingualism, whatever that means. Then number 2 point I say, within 2010 days, he will end the war for Northwest and Southwest. He will end the war, he will release prisoners, he will grant amnesty to all Amber boys, and then he will safely reopen all schools then. But you know, articulate how he could do it. It be good, those are good things. But how can you end the anglophone crisis by releasing prisoners, giving amnesty? That is not the anglophone problem. It is not. Anglophone problem was not the prisoners, it was not the Amber boys. Anglophone problems are the real grievances. Number 3 thing we talk is within 30 days, it will restore dignity for the far north, rehabilitate roads, build schools there, strengthen the river dikes, and promote integrated agriculture. Within 100 days for he will be president of Cameroon, he will start rebuild institutions them. He will create truth and reconciliation process for inside Cameroon, call for a constitutional conference for Cameroon, and demand a referendum on the form of the state. Those are the requirements he made. He said he will also give a recognition of late Amadou Ahidjo. Those are all good things, but those are superficial things. You don't run on the presidential election to go and do those things. To be a president, you have real things about economy, real things about division, visions of rule. What are your theories in governance? Number 5 thing we talk about nationality. 1 mandate for transformation. He will just be for 1 mandate. He will bring in industrialization and create 1 million jobs. How? He didn't say it. He said he will do better healthcare and social housing. He will end corruption. He will fight against gender-based violence. Those things, how are you gonna do it? We don't just know what you wish. We want to know how are you gonna do it. Tell us how you're gonna do it. So that is his manifesto. The ultimate thing is that he has rejected coalition. So Joshua Osih stands is a betrayer of the people who used to look on the SDF as a group of people who can fight for the people, voice of the people, power to the people. For people who look at SDF in the eyes and the legacy of late Pa John Fundi. People who fight selflessly, put themselves in front of bullets for the people, but he has failed. So we expect real fight from Joshua Osih as the SDF. We haven't seen it. The reason for such behavior are all selfish. He's just being selfish. He wants to be the president. He doesn't want anybody to be popular more than him. And he can't be. So this division between the politician and the opposition party persists. And I think the main reason is that their activists, their supporters, and citizens are not demanding enough accountability from their leaders. They are not pushing them to do the right thing. They are just blind, loyal. And this is exactly what allows the dictatorship to thrive, because it keeps the opposition fragmented, because they themselves are fragmented. They just help them to be fragmented and weak. People need to be educated. We need to educate our people about this subject, to hold all leaders, all influencers, all activists accountable, and demand unity for a greater good. No pressure is there. Everything is going. People making excuses. Maurice Kamto is one people, they are saying that he have a plan. He have a plan. What plan? They go manda the bole. Pressure is crucial. So people need to learn to question leaders. We must learn to ask questions, challenge them, demand from them, no matter which factions they come from. If they don't put figures like Joshua Osih on pressure, then Joshua Osih will basically keep everyone divided and ensure that nothing change in essence, granting Biya victory. Kamto was doing the same thing. Joshua Osih was doing the same thing. At least Kamto proposed something. Even though he didn't support it, he just proposed it. So by refusing this proposition, even after the consultation was made by the Damjoya's daughter and those people who went to see Kamto, Joshua Osih's position is just a nail in the coffin. So that is what has happened, ladies and gentlemen, and we want our people to be aware of that. So be aware of that, and we'll keep on following the election as things progress. We have received 2 other issues that we want to bring to you, but because of time constraint, we can only do so next time. So we have seen the proposition for Joshua Osih. His proposition in particularly, what I want to talk a little bit, which I read a little bit about it, is about his